Hey, what's up, guys? So, uh, patch notes just got released from Minto. God bless. So, we are going to be going over the updated notes for the 14th and 15th. There was a bunch of bug fixes and a bunch of stuff that they were acknowledging from the streams. So, we're going to go over that too. We're actually going to go ahead and go over that first. So, let me go ahead and get that out of the way. So, on the 14th, 3 days ago, there's a bunch of stuff that happened. There's a lot of bug fixes. Basically, if you just need to go find them, the forums link is just type in World of Tanks console forums, you'll find it. But TLDR, there is a bunch of bug fixes. Uh, Lots of server errors, lots of account issues, transferring crews from Cold War to World War II and back and forth, not great. Commander transfers were not pretty for dual trainers. Uh, Commander XP banking is still awkward. They raised the silver urn in post-war era 1. I still think they need to do that in all the eras, or they just need to, decrease the prices in general, like the players have been asking for. But it is what it is. Tuesday, there is these notes here. Some of these are not listed on the current patch notes, so we'll go over a couple of them real quick. Frame rate issues in Colorblind and HDR improvements. Nice, 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 nice. Thank you. There have been a lot of issues with the Colorblind mode. I know a lot of people have been saying that it's been a little bit hard to see with certain colors, so they're going to be touching it up and just making it a little bit more cleaner. The HDR, they're going to be making it nice and smoother, and the frame rate, it's not going to be dropping nearly as much. Randomly in a battle, you could have a full 4 bars in game, and you could still have a problem. So that's really nice. The smoke and sniper reticle issue will be fixed. That's really, really good. Uh, and they're I'll get into this because it's in the work in progress down here. But I'll get into that because there's a lot of problems that were happening. 2 new 3D commanders for both World War II and Cold War. We'll get back into that. And then we've got a new Tier 8 Soviet TD. We will get into that as well. New Nature Camo Bundle and World War II exclusive traded event. Along with that, there was a work in progress with no ETA. I really don't like when they say this because they say no ETA, but a bunch of these problems are affecting players all over the world. The biggest one that I know of is the Rations Reticle jump issue. This is basically to describe what this is when you pop food, right, and you're in the middle of a reload, and food ends, but your reload is not. Your gun will completely jump upwards out of nowhere. And if your reload is done when food goes off, it will place your barrel to the right or to the left. Also, when you go up to buildings, it will automatically put your barrel up against the wall, like how it would naturally be realistically. But it's really aggravating because a lot of people are missing shells because of that, because there's so many people that hug walls, side scrape, stuff like that, and a lot of the barrels are very, very long, so the barrels will naturally reach up. So that really needs to be fixed. That is a very big problematic issue that severely needs to be fixed because that is hindering a lot of people's gameplay. Stat totals disappearing from top right are still being worked on. Yeah, so I don't know if this is because of when you die they disappear, but normally when you die you normally get to see how much damage assisted and block that you do even after you die. But when you die, you lose all those stats and they don't show up, and you don't get to see all of your stats until after the game is done, which is a little aggravating. So that'll be a nice fix. Testing larger maps and custom games. Hope to have a fourth one for the next big release. I have absolutely no idea what this means. A fourth one for the next big release. That could mean any number of things. A fourth map in general. They're testing larger maps. So by larger, they're probably going to be considering maps about roughly, give or take, Kasserine, which is a 1.2 kilometer by 1.2 kilometer map, which was the largest map before the new 4 maps, which is Mannheim, Fredvang, Kaobang, and Desful. So they'll probably be testing at least 1.2 kilometer by 1.2 kilometer maps and bigger. So, but I don't really understand. I don't know if that's a typo or not about fourth one because they released 4 maps. So they either mean 5th or something else. Maybe I'm just being a head ass. Who knows? Tell me in the comments below if you guys understand. Returning a number of mercenary tanks to challenges while contracts are still being worked on. Okay. This is a problem that people have been begging to have fixed for a while, is the fact that they took out mercenary tanks and contracts never came back. So people have been asking for them to come back, and they're still figuring out a way to make it possible. Then, ranked tournament tests may be incoming soon. Now, this can mean one of two things. I was not in the stream today, so I was not able to hear Minto talk about it. But TLDR, this can mean one of two things. Number one, this can mean that ranked playlists will come back, such like tier 10 rank, tier 9 rank, tier 8 rank, such and such, right? That would be great. That would be awesome, in all honesty, because a lot of players loved ranked. It was a great way to make. It was a great way to make key cards. It was a great way to make gold. It was a great way to make emblems. It was a great way to make camo vouchers. You could grind it over the course of 24 hours, and if you were good enough, you could make it a Chief Grandmaster. So that, it can either mean that, and that those ranked games are going to be coming back, but it may seem more like ranked tournament, which is going to be more along the lines of the Spring Thaw tourney, which we just recently had about a month and a half to 2 months ago, which was the Wargaming sponsored tournament. So I don't understand what they mean by test, because they normally just release the tournament about 3 weeks prior to when it starts, and they're like, hey, get your teams together. So I don't know what kind of test they're going to be pulling. So we'll figure that out. And then, yeah, so there's all that. Moving on to today's patch notes. We're going to skip the content changes for now. We will be back to those. Don't worry. Fixes. Fixes for this week are still being tested. No details on what will make it into the update at this time. Oh my God, please tell us what you're currently working on and what is an absolute priority, because dear God, like the whole reason why the community is in an uproar is because of this. The fact that you have a no ETA for anything. Wargaming, you stated that you were going to try and be more transparent. Please be more transparent. We've been asking this for years. You said you were going to be transparent in 2021. We still haven't seen much of an improvement. So, going to the bundles, we got the Commander's Choice with the Panzer 58 Mutz, Stir of 81, and the Guardian STG. Not worth it. Absolutely not worth it. It's just, yeah, no, that bundle is terrible. Now, the Commander's Choice Heavies is a different subject. The Paladin Carnival Action X, the Barracuda Meal 51, and the King Tiger. The Paladin is nasty. The Barracuda is basically just a baby Kron Von. And the King Tiger is, well, it's the King Tiger. It's still a solid tank, but it's been power crept. It's not a bad bundle. I own the Paladin, and even though I don't play it a lot, I do fairly well in it whenever I do play it. And then the Commander's Choice Lights. Ooh, boy! If you don't have any light tanks, you need to pick this bundle up. It's got the Aguila Hawk 30, the LT 432, and the Holland Hund LA Kampfpanzer M41 90mm. This is basically the M41 Bulldog with a 90mm with a German 90mm attached to it. These tanks are fun. The LT 432 is literally just a tier 8 version of the T100. It's just as goony. The Aguila Hawk 30 is just the skinned version of the regular Hawk 30, and people swear by that tank that it is one of the best light tanks in the game. So get your hands on it. And the Holland Hund, it's just too damn good. It's too good. It's got a great gun. It's got heat for premium rounds. It pens. It does damage. It does your taxes. It takes care of your wife. It takes your kids out for a nice picnic. It does everything, right? It's got bonuses on everything but free XP. It's got a Commander XP bonus. It's got a Tank XP bonus. It's got a silver making bonus. If you don't own the Holland Hund, 100% you need to buy this. It is so good, and especially during the Halloween event. Oh, the Holland Hunt is so much fun. The Holland Hunt special ability during the Halloween event is the lower its health bar it gets, the better. It basically is an automated final stand. So all of its traits are increased. So it It gets better turret rotation. It gets better hull rotation. It gets better reload speed. Uh, it's just very, very good. It's the Hull and Hunt basically just in the Halloween mode has Final Stand as a tank trait perk. So it's super fun, super goony, and if they bring Prokhorovka back, the Hull and Hunt will be busted, 100% busted. So I heavily recommend picking this up, not just because I play light tanks, but because these are really good light tanks. The Commander's Joint Tank Destroyers, the Cannon 105, the Iron Rain, and the Terrapin Mark 1, aka the Unskinned Diamondback. Great tanks. Honestly, this bundle's not bad. This bundle is not bad. If you wanted the cannon Jagdpanzer, but you only had the 90 and you want a little bit more punch, the 105 will do the trick for you. It's still got the same exact camo rate if I'm correct, and it's pretty good. The Iron Rain, yeah, a lot of people consider it not as good as the regular Borsig because it's a 3-shot and it's got a really long reload. But in my opinion, being able to clip out just about any tank in your tier and tier 9 in 3 shells, that's not bad, man. That's not bad. It's a solid tank, and it's got one of the best camos in the game, despite the fact that it's bright orange. But you know what? It's whatever. And then the Terrapin is, well, it's just the Diamondback. Nothing special. It's got decent frontal armor. Just watch for heat. You know the drill. And then there's the Commander's Choice, the 7s. These are all tier 7 tanks. We get the Lycan T-71, the Javelin KS Waffentrag, and then the KV-122. So I'm a little lost on this bundle. This bundle is a little weird for me. The Lycan is a great tank. However, it does have negative matchmaking because it is very strong for its tier. So it's a good tank, but you'll never be top tier in it, which is really painful. The Javelin, solid TD. It's not bad. It does work. It does not have any HP though. And the KV-122, yeah, it's got a decent gun, but the armor's not super great. I feel like it's been more power crept than anything else. It's one of those, yeah, it's been power crept, but it's an okay tank. Like, you're not gonna not every game's gonna be a trash game, right? It's not like half the Sherman variants, but you know what I mean. Deals of the week, we've got the T-32A Proto and the Tiger 217. Solid tanks. Solid tanks. 217, not bad. Not bad. Little power crept, but not bad. The T-32A Proto still pens just about everything it wants with its premium rounds. That thing will throw everything and the kitchen sink. So it's a solid tank, and it's got some decent armor too, which makes it even better. So in my opinion, it's definitely, I think the T-32 is worthy of a pickup if you don't already own it. If you don't own it, and you're not really a big fan of it, I don't blame you. It is kind of slow, but it's not bad. The personal offers for this week are the IS-5, the Skoda T-40, and the Goranich KV-5. IS-5 is okay. Nothing special. Skoda T-40, it's not a tier 7 or 8 premium. No one really cares about it. And then the Goranich. Pub games, you're going to die like 90% of the time in this tank, because you're just a big old fat arty target. However, in the Halloween mode, this tank is fun, man. It spews fire, and all of its shells are fire bombs, and it literally lights people on fire. It is, and especially on the Himmelsdorf map, whoa! Oh man, that shit hurts. You try to face hug one of these, yeah, good luck, man. That hurts. That shit hurts. It is. I heavily even if you don't get it for pub games, I heavily recommend getting the Goranich just for the Halloween mode, because the Halloween mode, you make some pretty decent silver. No lie, you make a lot of good silver. So I heavily recommend picking it up because all of its rounds are uber cheap. Because they're basically all incendiary rounds. So heavily recommend picking those up. So now, going back up into the content changes, we got the new World War II Premium Tank Destroyer, the KV-4 KTTS. You can go find, if you go to the World of Tanks console website, go to the news, you'll see the Keys to Glory: imposing armor, a large firing arc, and a mustache. So, the Soviet, it is a Tier 8 tank destroyer. It is a KV. It is a KV4 on. I'm not entirely sure what body that is, but it's kind of awkward. I'm not gonna lie, it is very awkward. So it's got a lot of armor, or it's got a decent amount of armor, not too bad. Let's take a look at what the gun is. So the gun for it doesn't have how many millimeters the gun is. It's got 90 rounds, which is a decent amount of rounds. So that's not bad. The reload time here is 8.4 seconds. That's not bad for a TD. That's not bad with an average damage of 320 for an 8.4 second reload. So with food, with rapid loading, and with advanced loader, you could possibly bring this down to 7 seconds. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's a little hurt because there are a lot of tanks that can shoot around that have a 5 or 6 second reload that can hit just a tad harder, but I think they're trading that for the fact that it's got a little bit more armor. It very much looks like it plays a lot like the Excalibur because it's got the front rotating turret. But it doesn't. Again, it's not a full rotation. It's going to be a turret lock. But overall, not terrible. But this, I'm a little frustrated that this is all we got for the new season so far for World War II, because Cold War has been getting everything that's been coming out. Along with that, you will get a new commander if you buy the bigger bundles. You will get the Klimov Premium Commander. So it is a big old mustached guy. So pretty cool. The fully loaded is 13,500 gold, which is fairly, in all things considered, for the fully loaded bundle, that's actually not terrible. That's actually not that bad. So, but for tier 8 at base price of 11,650, it's a little too expensive. I think they need to bring it down to about, where would I ask them to bring it down to? I think 10 grand. No, 9.5. It's got to be 9.5k. It's just a little too expensive. And I guess that's the special skin, the 808. So overall, cool. I highly doubt that I'm going to be seeing a million of these things though, because a lot of people were talking about this when the article first dropped, and they're like, don't know how I feel about this. So the Klimov 3D Commander, again, we talked about with the KV4. The Big Butta Bill 3D Commander. We have no news about this yet. I have no idea what this is. So I guess we're just going to have to find out. We got new World War II camos. We got the cracked pattern, the leaves pattern, and the stones pattern. So new camos. We've wanted more camos. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. So yeah. But we want more camos, but we also don't want more camos. I feel like the community is a little mixed up about the camo situation. Like, they added a bunch of camos for modern armor, so I'm kind of okay with all the brand new ones that they just added. I'm fine with it. So it's whatever. And then we got the World War II trade-in event. So the trade-in event here, again, you can find it to go to the news section. So here are the list of tanks that you can trade in. You can trade in certain tanks from every nation, and then the trade-up list. Do we really want to go through all these? How many is this? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, nope. Not going to do that. Instead, we're going to go see how many... Oh, wow. Okay, there's like... this might be one of the biggest trading events we've seen in a long time. Holy crap. It's like 5 or 6 tanks from each nation. Wow, that is... Wow. Wow. That's a lot. Okay, so TLDR, there's a lot of shit you can trade in. In my personal opinion, only trade in a tank if it's if you think it is absolute garbage and you do not want to play it anymore, to get a tank that is most definitely worth it. Also, try to trade in tanks that have way more gold value than the other tanks. There's a really big problem with people not getting the initial gold value on tanks that they're trying to trade in, so they end up having to pay gold on top of trading in the other tank. So be very wary of that. So overall, patch notes are kind of I'm cool with like we got some really great bundles. We got, besides the mediums. In all honesty, I think honestly the heavies all the way down to the sevens, not bad. I think definitely the best has to be the heavies, lights, and tank destroyers. The sevens isn't terrible, but the Javelin is okay. It's not uber strong. And then the mediums are literally the weakest mediums in the game, in my opinion. Like the Panzer 58 Mutts, oof. The Survey one is not terrible, but it's not great. And the Guardian STG it's an STG, just pen its bottom plate anyways, whether you like it or not. So, so yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you like the patch notes? Did you not like the patch notes? Um, how do you feel about the fact that we got new camos? And also tell me if you guys are a little aggravated at the fact that we're not getting ETAs for any of the major bug fixes that are currently happening in games. So, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I'll see you guys next time, alright? Good hunting.